AI engines love structured information. They're constantly trying to understand what a page is about, what questions it answers, and whether or not it's useful to your users. FAQs are the easiest way to make your website more conversational, more structured, and more understandable to these AI systems.
So we know that adding content is going to allow LLMs to pick up our data, and we've already pulled in the call transcripts, which was a ton of work for the LLMs to do, and really a miracle. So now we're going to take it a step further, and we're going to optimize the website with more frequently asked questions on the pages where they make sense, not just the blog. The reason why this is important is because FAQs are dedicated sections or lists on websites that pair user questions with concise answers. Because we're listening to how our customers are talking to their customers on the phone, this can give us an opportunity to provide users with highly structured, context-rich, and conversational data that LLMs love. So on every website, you probably have seen FAQs, but it's important that you're doing this on an ongoing basis. The easiest way to do this is by looking at the recommended FAQs that we heard throughout our call analysis for yesterday in this case. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and tap the reply button so Claude knows exactly what I'm trying to talk about, and then I'm going to run a skill that's called FAQ. This skill is going to analyze a website and recommend new FAQ placement and content opportunities. But the key here is that it's not going to duplicate it. So if there is already an FAQ that's being stated on our website, this is going to analyze the website, look at all the FAQs, and then tell us exactly where to place FAQs, if any, on these different pages. So I'm going to go ahead and start this by running this skill. I'm going to tag the FAQ skill, and then I'm just going to go ahead and run that. So here are the answers. So I have 5 net new with no duplication FAQs that I can add to the website. You can see it's going to give me a suggested answer, where to put that information, and the reason for that.
What's really powerful here is that we're not just randomly adding questions to the website. These are actual questions inspired by real customer conversations with real search intent. That means the content is naturally aligned with how people actually talk and search inside of AI tools.
It's going to tell me to start with number 3 and number 4, and then it can go to 1 and 5. Let's go ahead and take these topics and optimizations and begin. I'll start with the pricing one. So in the editor, I'm going to go over to the pricing page. And on this page, there is a frequently asked questions section, and this is what Claude analyzed. So you can see that the question that it wants to add, what's the difference between monthly and quarterly pest control plans, is currently not mentioned. So I can go ahead and click this, and I can go ahead and add new item.
And this is important because we're not creating entirely new pages every single time. Sometimes the best optimization is simply improving an existing page by adding more depth, more clarity, and more conversational context directly where it makes absolute sense.
And in there, I'm going to go ahead and put the exact question. Then I'll go over to Claude and I'll copy and paste the exact content that it gave me, because it knows the client very well, and I'll paste that directly inside of there. You can now see that that question has now been addressed directly on this page. This next one is, how do you handle mice inside walls if they haven't seen feces droppings? So I'm going to go ahead and visit the mouse page, and down below there's probably a frequently asked questions right on this page, and you can see these are the existing questions. And then what I'll do is I'll go ahead and add this FAQ. Same process here. I'm going to go ahead and take this and I'm going to go ahead and paste it. And now we have a net new question on this page that LLMs are going to react to and pick up. And finally, do you place anything outside as preventative for ants? Same thing here. I'll go to the ants service page. LLMs are currently picking this page up, ranking it, and I will do the same process here. Well, I'll go ahead and add. So there we go. We have a net new FAQ added on the relevant page.
Over time, if you continuously improve FAQ sections based on real customer conversations, your website becomes significantly stronger for both traditional SEO and AEO, which is AI search visibility. You're essentially teaching the website how to answer questions the same way your staff answers them in real life.
And now I can go ahead and publish the website once I'm done with my changes, so that LLMs and Search Console and all of these different places that are looking at the website will pick up that information securely. So let's recap. Why are FAQs considered more effective for LLMs than standard web content? The answer is they provide highly structured answers, and LLMs love easy answers. Number 2, what is the primary source used to identify the specific questions that should be added to the website FAQ? This example, we used call transcripts and analyses of how customers are speaking to the business on the phone. It's a great way to hear them answer questions directly from their own words. AI-driven FAQ skill is programmed to provide provide you with net new content on the website. The challenge is you don't want to add too many of the same pieces of content on the website to keep it unique and to keep it fresh. This is a really great way to use the FAQ skill to analyze the website, crawl all of the web pages, and recommend new frequently asked questions and answers to those pages. To maximize relevance for both users and LLMs, where should specific FAQs be placed rather than just on one blog? And that is on the specific pages where they make the most sense. Now, of course, you're going to have to use some human judgment here. The AI is never perfectly going to tell you exactly where to do things, but it should shortcut your progress by 75% every time. And what is the final step in the optimization process that allows Search Console and LLMs to securely index this data? And it's by you publishing the website so that those LLMs and crawlers can access your website directly through the actual crawl process. So that takes care of adding FAQs intelligently to your website after doing the call data, and I'll see you in the next one.